Welcome back to another video on the channel. Unfortunately, this isn't an update talking about upcoming tennis yet because we haven't got any official start date. Just a sort of video updating you where I'm at with this channel and also the blog that I run. If you weren't aware of the blog that I run, I'll leave a link in the description below and I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the video. And I was also going to talk about just how to spend your time wisely during a lot of us are in lockdown, and I've found a few ways over the past few weeks just to enjoy your time a bit more and utilise your spare time more efficiently and effectively. So kicking things off, talking about the channel a bit. Obviously there's no tennis on at the minute, so it is difficult to bring out videos. Obviously there's no tennis to talk about, no tournament previews, match reviews, so it's not the best time to create tennis content, but there's always things you can do, there's always ways to work around it. I have got a couple of videos planned which I'll be bringing out within the next week or two. In terms of the blog, I've committed to try and post an article every day for the foreseeable, certainly until lockdowns finished in the UK and hopefully further on from that. I've managed to get a few interviews in the past few weeks. I've got them with Katie Dunn, Adam Lohnsborough, the WTA coach who coached Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. I've got an interview tomorrow with Sarah Beth Gray coming out, an interview with Jamie Loeb, the American tennis player, coming out later this week. So a couple of them are already on the blog. I'll leave the link in the descriptions below if you want to have a read. There's some very interesting points and good stories, and it is good to get an insight into the players and the coaches' minds and how they live their lives day to day, and sort of the approaches and the mentalities going into the matches are very interesting to read about. I've thoroughly enjoyed getting them, the interviews, and I'm obviously learning interviewing skills all the time by doing them. Away from that, I also do another part of my blog is players to watch. I've wrote about Stefanos Tsitsipas, Zverev, Coric, early in the past, Jabeur, and I'm committing to do them one a day if I can. I've wrote about Alex de Minaur recently, Coco Gauff. I released an article on her today. I'm looking to do Amanda Anisimova, and obviously a few of the men's players. Katie McNally is a player I'm looking forward to writing about as well. We've obviously got a good few Americans coming through, teenagers. So yeah, that's all really on the blog side. I will leave a link in the description below, as I say, and I will be posting an article on there every day. So if you want to keep up to date and have something to read during the lockdown, if you're tennis fans, then there will be an article on there every single day. But just about, utilising your time well during the lockdown. Well, for me, I finished university last summer, and I was posting quite frequently on my blog during university, and then when I reached my final year and I was doing my dissertation, that took up a lot of my time, and I did neglect my blog for a while. I didn't post very frequently at all. It was month to month really, but it wasn't something I really kept up to date with because I just didn't really have the time. And then at the back end of last year, I was focusing on trying to get work experience, trying to get a job. And I did neglect me tennis blog, unfortunately. It wasn't something I put a lot of time into. You do sort of forget about your passions over time. And obviously this lockdown hasn't been ideal, not being able to see family and do your normal things, go to sporting events and go out with your friends, go to the pub and stuff like that. Obviously that's not ideal, but you do have more hours in the day, and I do think if you use them effectively and efficiently, you can refine passions and enjoy your time more. So in the last couple of weeks, I've spent loads of time watching all tennis matches. I've been writing about tennis every day, improving my writing skills. I've been emailing 30-40 players and coaches a day, trying to get interviews, and then when I've had positive responses, obviously researching that player or coach, creating questions. I've improved my interviewing skills, doing these videos on YouTube. I'm trying to get 2 or 3 out a week. Obviously when the Grand Slams are on, there's tennis tournaments, I'm going to try and post daily about the tournaments, doing my previews, predictions and match reviews, but I'm still trying to work through a difficult time. I think you learn a lot about how you work through difficult times, and it presents problems, but you just got to work around them. And it doesn't really matter what your passion is, whether it's in drawing or writing poems or writing about sport, commentating. This is the time to practice really, and sort of just go back to your roots and think about what makes you happy, what you enjoy doing. As I say, I for a long time, for pretty much all last year, I didn't really write about tennis a lot, and when you start doing it again, which I have in the last couple of weeks, you realise how much you love it and why you love it. I've thoroughly enjoyed these past couple of weeks, just writing about tennis again, interviewing players again, and if there's anything to learn from this period, really, just that there's no point in sitting dwelling and watching the time go away. You might as well make most use of it. Do things that you enjoy and learn. And I'm learning all the time now. And in the industry I'm trying to get into, sport journalism, the best thing you can do is build a portfolio of work, build that experience, build a relationship with the players, build a relationship with coaches, agents, get as many industry contacts as you can. And I've found over the past couple of weeks even that the more work you put in, the more you get out. I've gained 50-60 followers on Twitter. I've got first name contact with a lot of players and coaches, which I'll use them contacts again down the line if I'm needing interviews or needing advice on something. And that's priceless really in this sort of industry that I'm in. Obviously improving skills, as I say all the time, the more you do something the better you get at it. And just for me, it's not about getting a result at the end of it. It's just passing the time with something you enjoy. There's no point in, as I say, sitting dwelling and letting the days just pass away. You might as well make the use of it. But it doesn't matter what your passion is, as I say, whether it's doing art or writing poems or dancing, anything really. Just think about what you used to enjoy doing, and maybe is what you can't dedicate time to anymore. And a lot of us have got obviously a lot of free time in our hands at the minute, stuck in the house, and it might be a time to sort of refine your passions and might just lead to something special. You never know. So yeah, that's all. I'd sort of give a quick update. So just to wrap up, 2 or 3 videos hopefully on YouTube a week, if I can think of enough content ideas. A daily post on the blog, that'll be an article on a player or interview, and yeah, that's about it. So again, thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you towards the end of the week with another video, and I'll see you then.